I was 6 years old when I would rush home from school, drop my backpack at the door, lunch as fast as I could because, yes, I'm Latina, you cannot escape lunch, and then run upstairs to my dad's desk. It was the best part of my day. I will turn for his own calculator, one that made a loud click. Some of you may remember that. Then take a notepad and very quietly reach for the stamp I wasn't supposed to touch. A perfectly engraved, approved stamp. Time of work, click, stamp, approve. Click, stamp, approve. Each invoice I'll stamp made me feel like the most powerful person in the world. People were paying their bills, and I got to approve them. You see, I grew up in a household where money was talked about. A lot. But it was polished, professional, perfect. It really looked like a button-up, stiff, never emotional old guy. He didn't smile, he didn't ask questions. He was just watching you from every angle, evaluating your performance. And we were taught all the tools on how to perform well, how to budget, open a savings account, watch your expenses, issue invoices, and even getting paid. So even at 6, I wanted to be close to him, to understand him, to earn his approval. Click, stamp, approve. Fast forward 16 years. I wasn't pretending to be the finance girl anymore. I was her. I had pursued a finance and business degree, and I had the job, I had the title, I had the salary. On paper, balance, approved, like a perfect spreadsheet. But during the spring of 2017, when I was riding the bus from the Pentagon to my work, just a few blocks away from the White House in Washington, D.C., I heard a loud beep. My vision started to blur, and suddenly, my body collapsed. I woke up among strangers on that bus, so confused. But deep down, not surprised this had happened, because by then, I had already chosen to ignore the fatigue, the sadness, the symptoms I knew too well of something going wrong. I remember sitting back thinking, how did I let it get to this? Working so hard for what? Who I was doing all of this for? And the truth is, I wasn't happy. And I was far from balanced. But the moment I wanted to say that out loud, I felt the look of the button-up old man all over me again, waiting for my next move. So what did I do that day when I got home? I opened another spreadsheet. And I tried to calculate my way out of it, out of everything. I wanted to travel the world like I promised my grandpa that we would do before he passed. I wanted to get to know different people, different cultures. I wanted to take a full breath in the most remote places of this earth. And all of this time, I hadn't done it. But why? Well, it simply didn't make it to the performance the old guy was evaluating me for. And that's when it hit me. This was never about numbers. It has never been. This was about permission and who I thought I was allowed to be with money. That moment was the end of 22 years living under the shadows of money, where I, of course, had to fire that button-up old man that I never hired in the first place. and I started to rewrite my own story with money, to relate to it differently. You see, over the past decade, my work with women around money, trauma, and human behavior has shown me that there are typically 3 ways people relate to money. The first group avoids it. This group prefers to ignore the bank account and focus on increasing income. As long as they're getting money in, it will fix itself. That's what they think. However, research shows that a majority of women continue to experience financial anxiety even when their income had increased substantially. And that was the case for a former client, Luisa. She was focused on the sale. She was going for it and never really truly engaged with her numbers. But the moment that the slow months came, her anxiety took the stage. This group talks about money, but only when they need it. We also have the second group, those who want to micromanage it. This group have become hyper-vigilant, tracking every cent in and every cent out, thinking that as long as they stick to their systems, how they feel, it doesn't matter. You may have heard of this quite a bit of just do your budget and stick to your numbers no matter what. The thing is that beneath that surface, many of them are carrying shame, guilt, financial trauma because of their past money decisions, past money mistakes, and they believe that they deserve less ease because they should have done better. Finally, we have the third group, those who are inviting money to the table. And this group is doing the unthinkable. They are discussing money. But not just to plan it, but to see how it fits in their lives, how it enhances their families, their communities, or how it takes away from them. In this group, we have stopped managing money from fear or performance. And we have started to relate to it from our experiences. And what do we want to see? Here, we have uncovered the ghost, and we have quite literally said, come, sit with us on the table. Leaning into a budgeted app is as important as leaning into your nervous system and clearing any shame, guilt, fear, financial trauma that may trigger. A good money date is always welcome. And honestly, that's where balance with money begins for me. A place where emotional awareness is as equally as important as financial literacy, where you don't have to become a different persona just for the sake of money's approval, but instead you lean into who you want to be and what you want to achieve and lead from it. That's where I've been leading financial education from the past 7 to 8 years. And since we did that with Luisa, my former client, now she's not only on track to retire early from her business, but when the slow months come, because they always do, she's already prepared with her financial plan as well as her financial emotional story. And I honestly wonder how different life could be if talking about money didn't start with the fear of being judged or being wrong, but with the curiosity of what could it be? What kind of world could we build If instead of success and balance with money meant managing it all, instead of that, it meant being allowed to feel it all. How different we will show up. And by the way, I am doing what I told you I wanted to do 7 years ago. For the past 7, 10 years, I've been traveling all around the world for both of us, for me and for my grandfather, to different countries, remembering that this is my story. Now, as you walk out from here today, and I know you have a long day already, but think about these 3 different ways to relate to money. And think about yours. And if to mind comes an image, anything like my button-up old man, even on a glimpse, I want you to fire him. Fire him out loud right now. And start writing your own money story. It is yours and you have the power. Thank you.